So I like to talk about the functional movement. When I first came in and we did some of the tests to understand where I was right at that moment in my body and what we were trying to achieve. So we actually went through a series of particular movements to see where we were in the core, the body, where you sometimes you believe you're moving pretty well, but where we can see where we can strengthen, so at the end we can have some better results. So that was really important to me because I realized that I was not my core was not as strong, and this one particular sit up, to be able to sit up without actually pulling your hands behind your back, like pushing yourself up. We actually had to sit up just hands straight out and coming up. So one of my goals was to be able to sit up without having to use my hands. And it wasn't toward the end of the program that I really thought I'm not going to be able to achieve this. This is not going to happen. But for me, it was everything about that, engaging in it, understanding your breath, focus, meditation, core. And now when I came up and when I had that aha moment, I knew I was so happy. I didn't have anybody to tell until I got here, and I told them, but I was so excited because that is everything right there in your core. That's the important part. As far as my adjustments, I really enjoyed coming to the Kambeitz Chiropractic. One of the things is my neck is very like a rim rod, and to actually strengthen, I was really nervous about anyone adjusting my neck and dealing with that. So Dr. Kambeitz was very kind and understanding, and he took it one step at a time. It's not very rough adjustments, but he worked with me with using the Pro Adjuster, and it's first very simple, just tapping and understanding where you are, and it really is about developing that trust. So after a good couple of weeks, it really was about me feeling like I'm ready to see how it's going to be. He actually was able to adjust me also by the manipulation, which was very well. So I'd like to talk about the myofascial massage, which was so important, especially because I went through the 8 Weeks to Wellness program, and with having your muscles, or you're trying to work out, they're gonna go through a little change. You're gonna have that tightness, but with the myofascia, they're gonna move into those and kind of stretch out that fascia of the your body and your muscles. You got to get deeper in there, but it is very good for you, and it's important because that will help you actually move faster into getting better if you feel like I'm really sore and I need this. So they can get a little deeper with that. The other one was the laser, which was important to me. I also have spine and lower back problems, and having that laser after, as I'm going through the program, and we kind of mix it up. We don't always do it, the same day. You might mix the myo, or you have that. The laser is nice. It brings that healing in, that deep, like far infrared healing, and just really warms it up and helps your body relax. So when you go home to bed at night, you're more relaxed. Well, one of my significant wins was actually building my core. That was really important for me because I'm a singer and I'm trying to maintain that breath, and it's really important to have that core. And so with the help of Dr. Kambeitz, with my trainers, this whole 8 Weeks to Wellness really helped to strengthen that. So I wanted to talk about the wellness score and why it was important, because you're not just looking at the outside of the body, you're getting a chance to see what's going on in the inside and how you can really work on those areas and how you can help yourself. So one thing that was important is that my waist circumference went down 4 inches. Now, for me, that's important because that's probably the area where I believe that I would gain most of my weight, and also that it's important to have that core strength because breath control. So for me, that was a good win. It wasn't about losing a whole lot of weight, but it was about in the areas that were important, and I was able to see that with this wellness score. The other was my total cholesterol went down 40%. That's a major win, because even though I eating pretty healthy, it's certain oils what I was getting, and so my bad cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, went down 30. So that's a good win because I was able to tweak it by being able to have this test and see that. The other thing was my insulin. My insulin was 1.3, it went down, and for me that's a high because sometimes even though you think you're not getting the sugar, it's in certain things and in certain foods. So I was able to check that and go back and say, where is it coming from? Making sure I was getting the right things, having my protein shakes and things in the morning, good protein shakes, not just, even fruit sugar can be too much. So, and then the other was the exercise, because once you're doing that exercise and you're consistent and committed, you want good, healthy food. And so your body is craving that. You're not just going for little snacks. So that was my big win with that wellness score.